What's up, YouTube? My name is Apex, and today I want to give you guys my 10-step guide to become a better sniper. Step 1 is to use the minimap. I cannot express to you how important it is to use the minimap. This gives you a lot of data that you can use throughout every second on the battlefield because you're going to be able to tell wherever another enemy is shooting from, as long as it's an unsuppressed weapon, and you can tell when they're being spotted by friendly teammates, and you can also tell by deaths on the minimap where a possible sniper or other enemy may be shooting from, just by looking in the direction of the dead ally. Also, if you're using your minimap, you're also aware of your surroundings, which means you're not going to be falling victim to as many knives from behind or trolling attempts with C4 as you would have been before, where you might have just been tunnel visioning down the scope or at one target, which is not something you ever want to do. It's very important to be aware of your surroundings and also be aware of where enemies might be moving or positioning themselves. Step 2, don't go prone. Prone is a very useless thing as a sniper, even though most people would probably disagree with me on this fact. It's very stupid to just put yourself on the ground and make it very hard to move around. At the same time, you're not really making yourself any harder to see, because at least back in the old Battlefield games like Bad Company 2, you had a ghillie suit, which going prone would actually help with camouflage. But now in Battlefield 3 and 4, they took out the ghillie suit and made it so that if you go prone, you're not really getting any real advantage from it. I mean, the only time I would ever recommend going prone is if you're dodging some sort of like kill shot, or if you're hiding from a tank at a panic moment. But otherwise, never prone against an enemy sniper or another enemy in general, because all it does is make you a very easy target. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make is when they're getting shot at by another sniper, they drop in the middle of a field thinking that's going to protect them. When in reality, all they really did was make it much easier to hit a non-moving target. Step 3 is stick to the rule of 3. Now, the rule of 3 means whenever you're sitting in one position, only stick around for 3 kills. This is because after 1 kill, obviously there will be a kill cam so people can see where you are. However, usually after 1 sniper kill, a person won't go after you immediately. After 2 kills, however, people start getting suspicious and will start getting frustrated and may start to go after you. But after 3 kills, they are definitely going to come and hunt you down. So after every 3 kills, it's time to change positions and keep the enemy guessing. This is one of the best tactics a sniper can use because it keeps them unpredictable and much harder to kill. Step 4, stick to 1 magnification. Now, this is one of the best things you can do when you're practicing a sniper, is either to stick to a single sniper or stick to a single magnification. The best thing is to do both. Stick to both the same sniper and stick to the same magnification in order to get the most familiarity with the weapon. And the reason I say stick to the same magnification is because you can use 1 magnification for all ranges, and after enough practice and enough time with it, you will actually be able to be effective at all ranges, including close range, even with something such as the 8x scope. Once you're able to get the drop and you're able to practice it a bit, it becomes instinct. You can almost get some perfect long-range shots just by putting the crosshairs exactly where you think it would be. And it's not something that's going to take long. You don't have to sit there and walk the bullet in. Most of the time, you will be able to just put the crosshairs right where you want them and drop the enemy. Step 5, focus on close targets first. This is very important. You need to prioritize your targets in a way that whichever is most dangerous to you at that point in time, that's the target you should be aiming for. And generally, the closest target to you is the most dangerous. There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, you want to stick to aiming and killing the closest targets to you because they are the most imminent threat, and also, generally, they're the easiest shot. So you want to go for the easiest shots possible, and this will make you more accurate and also give you some more kills, as well as keeping you alive longer. So this is a very important rule that you should definitely stick by. Step 6, don't panic when under fire. You'd be amazed how many shots would be missed because people panic and they don't even try to take the shot anymore, and all they do is try to hide. When you are in a standoff with somebody with, say, an assault rifle, you will definitely be able to kill them as long as you don't panic and you are good with your weapon. Just because they have a higher fire rate doesn't mean that they have a better accuracy. As long as you're accurate with your rifle and you're not panicking where you might think, oh, I just got to hide. Generally, that's actually the worst thing to do in those situations because you don't really have the time to just duck and hide. And even if you did, they're able to get up closer to you with less of a threat of you killing them because the closer they are to you, the harder it is to hit them with a sniper rifle. So what you want to do is you want to stay calm in those situations and just take the best shot you can. You'd be amazed how many shots you'll be able to hit and how many people you'll be able to kill, even in close quarter situations. Step 7. One shot, one kill. What I mean by this is you should look at every enemy as worth only one shot. And the reason I say this is because if you're putting more than one shot on an enemy, that means you're saying that that enemy is more important or more dangerous to you than another enemy that might be in your line of sight. Now, if there's no enemies in your line of sight, then I would say continue aiming at the target that you were aiming at in the first place. However, if you put one shot down and you don't kill the target or you miss, then you should take a second, look around, make sure there's no other imminent dangers to you or closer targets to you. And if there are, then you should turn and aim at the more dangerous target. Otherwise, go ahead and continue firing at that enemy, but just remember that each enemy should only be worth one shot, because that's how many shots it should take to kill an enemy with a sniper. Step 8. Choose attachments wisely, and also use sidearms wisely. Never use a silencer, because silencers, although they may look cool and they might sound cool, and they may even keep you off the minimap, go against all of the important stats that help you become a better sniper. What I mean by this is a silencer reduces the muzzle velocity of a weapon, which makes it much harder to hit moving targets, and also increases the drop of a weapon, which makes it even harder to hit long-range targets. So there's the trade-off for a silencer is just not worth it, and you should never use one. It's not even really good for montage moments. So what I would definitely recommend is choosing attachments based off of if you're going to be a combat sniper or an offensive sniper, I should say. Stick with the laser sight, because you'd be surprised how much the laser sight actually helps when you need to hip fire. And don't be afraid to hip fire, because with some sniper rifles, you can actually get some pretty accurate shots off. Also, if you're aiming for long range, then stick with a rangefinder. That's going to help you determine the drop at different distances. And for the sidearms, I always think you should choose a sidearm that complements the sniper. So if you're aiming for long range, then I would probably stick with like the Shorty 12 gauge, because that's going to cover your short range combat. But if you're aiming for a offensive sniper, I would probably say take the sniper and then also take a pistol like the Compact 45 to complement the medium range distance on both the sniper and the pistol. So make sure you choose attachments based on your playstyle. Step 9, cover to cover. One of the most important things you can do as a sniper is to move from one piece of cover to the next piece of cover. Every move should be deliberate and should be intentional, and you should be planning out each next move every time you get to one piece of cover. The worst thing that can happen to a sniper is to be caught out in the middle of a field with multiple enemies looking at them. If there's no cover in the field, you're basically dead. You have no chance of dropping multiple enemies that are behind cover while you're in the middle of a field, unless you're just a god. So you just definitely want to make sure that you're moving from one piece of cover to the next, and you're always planning out your next step. You never want to be caught off guard. And finally, guys, step 10, take chances. You will miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So what that means is take every shot you can. Even if you don't think you're going to make the shot, take it anyways. If you're good with that weapon and your aiming is, par or above, then you have a good chance that you will actually hit that target, even if you don't think you are. Take a couple shots at it. If you're not in imminent danger, then take the time, take a couple shots, even if they're pot shots. You never know. You might even get one of those great montage moments. That's a very fulfilling thing as a sniper. It's really satisfying, too, because playing the recon class is very unforgiving. And it's also not as rewarding as many people think. It's a lot harder of a class to play than any of the other classes in Battlefield, because it's the most different. And taking those shots is going to help you get more points and possibly make it even more fun and a more enjoyable experience. So just take chances, guys, and remember that every shot you don't take is definitely not a kill shot. All right, guys, that's all for this one. And I would actually, before I go, like to ask you guys to leave me some comments here. I would like to know what you guys like and dislike about my channel. Leave me any comments about what you would like to see more of or what you would like to see less of. I love constructive criticism. I don't get very much of it, which is actually makes it a bit harder to make these videos because I'm not sure what people are liking and what people are disliking. So just go ahead and leave me some feedback, guys, if you can. And I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.